Hi guys, I'm Asnith, and today I am going to be bringing you another video, but it is not a raw food video. It is me sharing with you one of the ways God taught me how to stabilize my weight. All right, so I have to kind of go back in this story. This was over 17 years ago. So I was on my third child. So guys, throughout my pregnancies, I would start at 125 was my weight. It would go up to 155 peak and then come back to 125, like eventually after I had my kids. And that happened with my third child as well. But the thing is, it's like a year into it, I began to gain weight. And I didn't notice it right away. It wasn't until my mom came to town and my mom said, "Girl, you are filling out." And I was not happy about that, guys. I was like, what is going on? So I took that in prayer and I said, "Lord, before I had children, I asked you, I said, when I have children, is my body going to be better off from it or worse? And I'm pretty sure you told me I was going to be blessed from it. So why am I gaining weight? What is going on with my body? Is it my hormones? I don't know what's going on with my body." And then this picture flashed in my mind. And it was a picture of me eating pasta. Guys, this is a true story. So I would put my kids to bed at 8 p.m. And then I would wait until like about 9 p.m. And I would just make sure they sleep, because you know how children are. If they smell it, they're going to be like, "Mommy," So I would try to just make sure they were asleep. So sometimes, that would be like 9 p.m. Once that happened, I would go boil that pasta. I would saute red onions. I would saute tomatoes, a little tomato sauce. I would put that all in the pan with a lot of olive oil, guys. And I would just eat that up. Oh my God, I love that so much. I just enjoyed that so much. And that's the picture God brought to my mind. And then God shared another thing with me. He said, "Don't eat that heavy after 8 p.m. If you're going to eat after 8 p.m., eat a fruit." And guys, I immediately began to implement that. And so I no longer ate that heavy food. I gave up that pasta. I said within a month, my body was back to that 125. And I was not fully raw, guys. I was vegetarian at that time. I wasn't even vegan. I just followed that simple advice. It wasn't until about 6 to 7 years later that I actually learned that God was telling me about intermittent fasting. He just didn't call it that. He just, in the way he said it. It wasn't until I was talking to someone about my situation. They were like, "Oh, that's intermittent fasting." And I'm like, yeah, he didn't call it that. But his advice from that day to this day, I haven't had an issue with my weight per se, because I just been following that simple thing he told me. And I've tweaked some other things along the way, guys. But I just thought that was so awesome how God shared that with me. Here I am thinking I got some issue, and God is showing me, stop eating that pasta after 9 p.m. All right? So guys, I just wanted to bring you this story to encourage you. Sometimes we think God doesn't care about the small details. We don't think he cares about the big things. I want to tell you, he cares about everything. For someone to come and show me that it was pasta contributing to that, and it was 100% on the money, and I was blessed from hearing what he said. All right, so I hope my story encourages you. And also, there's really kind of nothing to add because I didn't make a recipe. But if you've had a similar story, drop it in the comments. But until next time, have a great day. Thank you.